Hello, this is Emma of EmmaLiveYoga and welcome to this Yoga for Grief class with a focus on denial. So denial can be quite a significant part of the grief process. For me, denial was linked to a state of shock. So absolute disbelief, miscomprehension of what was going on. And for a year, I just woke up and thought my mom has died. And that was my first thought. So it's a form of denial and shock, and I suppose the trauma that goes alongside the grieving process. So when we practice yoga, we can begin to acknowledge what is. Yoga is all about what is in this present moment, and that can help us maybe begin to acknowledge where we are in the process in the spirit of self-acceptance. So coming to a comfortable seated position. I'm sitting on a little cushion, so just sit however feels best for you in your body. And bring the hands into Anjali Mudra. We'll take a few moments of mindful awareness. This process is called Svajya or self-study, so just seeing where you are in this moment. So take a nice deep breath in and exhale. I'm doing this again. Nice inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale. So this time, allow the eyes to close, gently bow the head. And beginning to practice Svajya by noticing how you feel in your body. And also observing how you feel in your emotions. Is denial one of the states that you're experiencing or have experienced? And also your mental awareness of what is, as we feel a deep connection with the flow of the breath. So as we embark on this short class, you may wish to set an intention for your practice or an affirmation. It may be to simply accept all that is. And then once you've planted the seed, take a deeper breath in. And exhale, gently open the eyes. So from here, just bringing the fingertips down either side of you. Take an inhale. Exhale, nice, easy lean over to the right side. So just gently pressing into the right hand. You can bring the left hand to rest on the hip. I want you to find the breath. Nice, steady breathing. So we're focusing on what is in the side body, any tightness that we may feel. And also the challenge of keeping the breath moving when we run into tightness and tension. And the yoga teaching is that the stiffness actually originates in the mind. So when we practice yoga, we create this body-mind connection with the healing thread of the breath. So from here on the exhale, you might glide the head to look down towards the right hand, just a gentle neck stretch. And then as you keep this position on the inhale, you can lift the left shoulder up. And on the exhale, gently roll it back. I'm going to do this twice more. Inhaling to lift and exhaling to roll. And just keep the lower abdominals gently join in. Inhale and exhale. So then inhale, squeeze the pelvic floor as you come back to center. And exhale. From here, just release the legs. So taking the legs to a wider angle, Upabhishta Konasana, this is called. If you need to use a brick or block, that's fine. So you might bring a brick underneath the hands. You can gently point the toes, and on the inhale, lift the chest forward. And on the exhale, just allow the hands to rest lightly on the brick. Close the eyes, and again, cultivate the breath. And just focus mindfully on where the breath emerges and any feeling of stuckness. So when we try forward bends, often we run into our backs, our hamstrings, that's okay. We just stay with the breath, accept where we are. And as we begin to breathe into that stuck feeling, which relates closely to a state of denial, we can begin to soften the edge. So it might be already the edge is softened. You might be able to go a little bit further forward, or you might find you've already reached where you need to be. You can gently draw the chin in Taking one more breath here, wherever that may be. And then inhale, squeeze the pelvic floor, gather everything back in. On the exhale, change the cross of the legs. You might have gone for the habitual, go for the non-habitual cross, that's it. And then inhale to lengthen. Exhale, nice, easy lean over into the left hand. Again, bringing the right hands to the hip, find the breath. Good. And closing the eyes sometimes helps you to tune in to where you can feel the stretch, where you can feel the breath. And this process is the fifth limb of yoga. This is called pratyahara, or sense withdrawal, or rather a turning of the gaze inwards. So when we experience feelings of denial, we can turn the gaze inwards and say, what is going on? What are we feeling? Maybe the truth of where we are may take time to experience, to percolate, and that's okay. Just as the body takes time to stretch and open. So then on the exhale, you can glide the head to look down towards the left hand, gentle neck release. And also in the chakra system, the subtle body, the throat relates to the Vishuddhi chakra, which is the seat of our communication. So when we're in our grief process, it's important that we keep lines of communication open, both with ourselves and also with others who understand. Good, so then inhale, bringing everything back to center, and exhale. Just do a little shoulder shimmy there. And go back in, we'll just do the shoulder roll. So inhaling as you lift the right shoulder. Exhaling to roll back. We'll do 2 more of these. Inhaling. Exhaling. Last one. And then inhaling back to center. And exhale, and we'll make our way through to an all-fours position. If you need to pad your knees, you might bring your knees to rest on your cushion or on your blanket, whatever you're using. Fingers and thumbs are spread, knees are underneath the hips, and just go into a gentle, intuitive sway there. So experiencing the hips, seeing what's going on. These are known as the storage units of the soul or the emotions in yoga philosophy. So again, the different states we experience in the grieving process. Sometimes we get stuck in these areas and we get issues with our backs and our hips. I certainly do. So it's important to keep everything moving. So then inhaling as we come to center. Exhale, we'll move into a few rounds of Madhyayasana, the cat pose. So on the inhale, belly dips, shoulders draw back, gaze lifts. On the exhale, tuck the tailbone around the back, chin to chest. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, belly dips, shoulders draw back, gaze lifts. On the exhale, tuck the tailbone around the back, chin to chest. From here, inhale, come through to neutral spine, tuck the toes under. Walk the hands forward, an extra handprint. And on the exhale, push back into Ardha Mukha Svanasana or downward dog. As you arrive here, firm the muscles of the legs. And reach the heels towards the floor. If this feels too much, know that you can bring the knees back down, and you can sink the sitting bones back as an alternative. So find the version that works best for you. Relax the head, relax the neck. Nice steady breathing. So again, experiencing the truth or the satya of the body. This is one of the niyamas, the second limb of yoga. Accepting flexibility, stiffness, all both with equal measure. And then from here on the inhale, walk the hands back towards the feet and exhale. It might be you need to use some bricks underneath your hands. If your hamstrings are tight, that's fine. You just set those up on any of the settings. I'm going for the medium. Hands flat onto the bricks. You can bend your knees. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, just gently fold. And then inhale, press the hands into the bricks, lift the chest again. This time, exhale, walk the feet out to the sides of the toes pointing out. So kind of an external rotation. Inhale, and on the exhale, gently sit back into modified malasana. This is garland pose. You can bring the hands into prayer position. If you have issues with your knees, you may stay up here. You may need to open out a few times if it gets a bit much. Otherwise, sinking all the way down. And if you feel you want to sit on a perch, you can sit on the perch of your brick. And bring that underneath the sitting bones. and just lift a little bit higher. So nice steady gaze forward. We're still working into the hips, as well as releasing the muscles of the lower back. Cultivating this easy breath, this state of acceptance. Good. And then from here, inhale. On the exhale, bring the hands down. You can release the brick. So hands can be to the floor or to the bricks. Exhale, and just straighten the legs. And then inhale, bring the toes forward facing. Exhale. From here, keeping hold of the bricks. Walk the bricks forward. Inhale, hands arrive on the bricks, shoulder distance apart. And exhale, push back into downward dog on the bricks. So this may give you a bit more space. Feel the calf tissue. You might feel an extra stretch there, extra sensation. So then from here on the inhale, either have the feet hip distance or feet together as we set up for a plank position. Exhale, you may have a knees down plank, hands on the bricks, the shoulders over the wrists, that's it. Or you may tuck the toes and push into a full plank, squeezing the glutes and drawing the legs towards each other. Try and draw the lower abdominals in as you gaze straight down. And just accepting the challenge of the posture, the difficulty, as we have to accept the difficulties of the grieving process and try not to resist. Good, nice steady breathing. As we work to lift away from the floor, we just got 2 more breaths. Doing really well. If you need to bring the knees down, that's fine. Listen to your body. Building a little bit of inner fire. Good. From here, inhale, bring the right knee down. Exhale, square the left foot to the back of the mat. Inhale, bring the left hand to rest on the hip. Exhale as you reach the arm up into space. Good. Modified Vasisthasana. If you need to bring the left hand back to the hip, that's fine. So cultivating strength in that body-mind connection. If you wish to, you can lift the gaze towards the left fingertips, the drishti. This makes you wobbly, then just look straight ahead or straight down. Good, and then from here, swoosh the arm down. We're going to change sides. So inhale, bring the left knee in. I'm going to change around so I can still see you. Exhale, left knee is down, square the right foot to the back of the mat. Make sure your joints are stacked. This helps them to work in optimum health. And then inhale, lift the right arm up. So pressing away from the floor, squeezing the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. You may gaze up towards the right fingertips. And see where you need to be. Remember, the breath comes before everything. Good. Feeling the truth. Try not to disappear into the past or the future. Feeling the present, accepting the state of what is, which helps us to cultivate and deal with that process of denial we can sometimes go into. Good, and then exhale. From here, bring the hand down. You can release the brick to one side and then just sit all the way down. If you need to sit on something to support your back, I'm going to come back up onto my perch. You can do. And just take a few moments to sit comfortably, however that may look. Feel the breath moving through the body. This is the prana you've created in this short practice. You can close our eyes. So no, you don't need a long time to practice yoga to make a difference. 10 minutes counts. And then bring the hands to the heart space. And gently bow the head as we give thanks for our health and our practice in the spirit of accepting all that is, honoring the feeling of denial which comes with a loss in direct proportion to the love we have felt and continue to feel. And take an inhale, lift the prayer hands up, and exhale to center. Namaste. So thank you for joining me on this Yoga for Grief denial class. I hope it's helped. Yoga always helps me on my yoga journey. If it has, remember to press the like button, leave me any comments you wish to, and remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future classes coming up. Take care.